Assalamualaikum and good day to the beloved panels, reviewers, and the audience who are watching this video. So, our innovation title is a double entry made easy teaching and learning module. So, before I start with my presentation, let me introduce to you my team members. On my right side is Puan Siti Safura binti Ahmad, and on my left side is Puan Siti Hafsah binti Taib. And we are all accounting lecturer from Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. For the content of our presentation, first I will talk about the innovation objective. Second is the problem statement. Third is the demonstration of product. And next is the functions and benefit of the innovation product. Second last is the level of implementations of and marketability of the innovation product. And the last one is commercial potential. Innovation objective. The main objective for this module to be developed is for teaching and learning purposes. As for students, they can use this module to help them or to facilitate their understanding of the double entry principles. And as for lecturer, they can use this module as a teaching tools. And the rationale behind this innovation is to solve the problem of students who are weak and difficult to master the topic of double entry principles. Problem statement. The problem statement that drives us to develop this module is it is one of the most difficult courses, especially among first semester students who don't have no basic in accounting. And number 2 is based on FAST account tests conducted by Camelia Sulimat 2019, which aim to measure the level of basic accounting knowledge of diploma in accountancy students, has found out that the knowledge related to double entry principle is one of the least mastered by students. And the last one is these double entry topics is a strong foundation that students must have in the accounting field, which can help them to master another level of accounting knowledge. Demonstration of product. For this module, we have concluded into 5 important sections. The first one is on accounting equation, which is a basic and expanded equation. Number 2 is the debit credit identification. For this one, we have 2 tools, acronym of ADLER and debit credit rule simplified. Next is a magic table for journal entries identification. Number 4 is checklist or troubleshooting. And the 5th one is structured questions. Okay, the first one is accounting equation. As I mentioned earlier, there are 2 accounting equations, which is basic and expanded accounting equation. For basic equation, asset equals to liability plus owner's equity. And for expanded accounting equations, asset equals to liability plus in bracket capital plus revenue minus expenses and minus drawing. And based on the accounting equation, these are the tables that can help the student to see the debit credit easily without mistakes or minimal mistakes. Debit credit identification. So the first one is by using acronym of ADLER. ADELER. A stands for asset. D stands for drawing. E stands for expenses. And L stands for liability. E equity or capital, and R is revenue. So as you can see from this table, for the normal balance, ADE is all on debit side. And for LER, it is all on credit side. And for increase, ADE also on under all debit side. And for LER is on credit side. And for decrease, ADE is under credit side. And for LER is under debit side. And you can see that this table is very catchy. Student can easily remember the rules of increase and decrease, whether it is on debit and credit side. Next is by using Debit and credit rules simplified for debit credit identification. So as you can see from this slide, students only need to remember 2 ledgers instead of 6 ledgers. So for the first one, AED. A is asset, E is for expenses, and D is for drawing. So any increase under this classification will be on debit side, and decrease will be on credit side. And the next ledger is liability, CL, C capital, and R revenue. For decrease, it is on debit side, and increase on credit side. So students only need to remember these 2 ledger instead of 6, and it will save their time. Next is magic table. Magic table is related to the effect of business transaction to accounting equation. So from this magic table, you can see there is a debt column, name of account, classification, increase or decrease, debit or credit, and journal entries. So by using this magic table, starting from the accounting equation, students may easily identify what is the journal entry for each transaction. As for an example, the owner brought in 5,000 cash into business. So the accounts that need to open is cash and capital. So the classification for cash is asset, and the classification for capital is OE. So asset will increase, and asset increase on debit side, and OE will also increase. OE increase is on credit side. So the journal entry is debit cash in hand 5,000 and credit capital 5,000. This is called as magic table because students can easily identify the journal entry for each transaction. Next tool is checklist or troubleshooting. Under checklist or troubleshooting, we have concluded into 6 items. The first one is which account are affected by the transaction. So this is the items in the accounting equation, which is asset, liability, capital, revenue, expenses or drawing. Number 2 is what was the effect on the account, whether it is increase or decrease. Number 3 and 4, if it is increase or decrease, you need to debit or credit the account, which one? So you need to refer to step number 4. And number 5, can I record both accounts in debit only or credit only? The answer is cannot. Refer to step 5 in the module. And the last one is the amount for both sides of account is not equal. So this is wrong. Also, refer to step 5 from the module. The last tool is structured questions. For structured question, we have divided into 7 exercises or 7 clusters. For each cluster, it will focus on different transactions. So by using this structured question, student can focus on the transaction because the question is repeated. And when the question is repeated, students will be more familiar and easy for them to do the double entry for each transaction. Next is the functions and benefits of this innovation product. Number 1 is save time, because by using this module, student will systematically recording all the transactions. By using the debit credit simplified, adalah magic table and checklist. Next is save course, because this module is all in one module which contains structured questions and also have attractive notes. So students don't have to buy different books or different modules to have them both. Next, this module can help the students to have a strong foundation on basic accounting knowledge, which can help them to master the next level of accounting knowledge, which include the financial accounting 2, 3, 4 and 5, Malaysian taxation subject,
auditing subject, and also costing subject. These are all the core subject under accounting field. And the last one is this module is easy, attractive, and fun way of teaching accounting. Why? Because it has the colorful table, and the structured question is more focusing on each different types of transactions.
Next is the level of implementation and marketability of the innovation product. So as you can see from this slide, this is our Gantt chart. So for identifying problem, it is done under December session 2020. And for developing implementation method, teaching materials and measuring method, it is done under session 1 2021 stroke 2022. And for implementation of innovation, module innovation improvement and distribution to the lecturers, it is done under session 2 2021 stroke 2022. And the module we have distributed to the fellow lecturer, accounting lecturer in Commerce Department, Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu, accounting lecturer, Tourism and Hospitality Department in Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu and also Polytechnic Tawau Sabah. And the last one is the Sijil Pengoperasian Perniagaan program in College Community Penampang.
Last but not least is our commercial potential. First, this module, we will create the ebook for this module so that it can be easily accessed or distributed to the accounting lecturer of Polytechnic in Malaysia. And then next is we will translate this module into Malay version so that it can be distributed to the teachers in secondary school. Because as far as we know, in secondary school, they will learn accounting subject in Malay.
And that's all for our presentation. Thank you for watching.